think it's working now. Alright, so I just got a little bit of time before I have to go teach a private lesson. So I'm just going to go ahead and um, keep painting. Today I'm actually going to start working on the face. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-wet that part of the painting. I'm going to go right up to the edge here. Try not to get too much of the blue because it'll start melting, dissolving rather, technically. So I'm just spreading out some of this water in the part of the painting that is going to be the face. So as I said, it's a good idea to kind of tilt your head to see if you are getting the paper wet evenly, which I believe it might be. So that's got that going for me. Anyways, so as you do this again, you want to remember that you're still working in lots and lots of different layers. You don't want to rush it. You want to take your time with watercolor. Soak up some of this water and bring it this way. So again, I'm trying to work fairly quickly so that it won't dry out before I start applying color. I think this should be plenty of water for the entire painting right here, or rather this entire section. I'm going a little bit out of where I have these boundary lines on this upper area, mostly because there's going to be a lot of darker colors through here that are going to be the darker values through the face. This section right here could be a little bit thinner, but that's okay. Again, all these darker values kind of blend into the lighter sections. Okay, so where am I? Where do I need water? I think it's pretty good. It's right here. Right there. So if you're one of my cartoon students and you're watching this, feel free to say hello. I don't know who all is watching, but feel free to say hello. Okay, so now that I have the face pre-wetted, I hope, I'm going to go ahead and see, I think all my water's migrating to this section, so I'm just going to push it out. I'm going to go ahead and start mixing the colors that I am going to use for the face. So if you recall, we have our palettes right here, and I'm going to use some of this through here, some of these two. And for that, I do recall mixing all three of these colors. Some of the yellow, which I have a little bit of. I'm going to squeeze some more onto my palette. Some of the red, the vermilion, and some of the, what is the other one called? Red or Crimson Lake, which I think I've got some of them here. So this is pretty good. Gonna need some of the clean water though. That's some more yellow to it. It's looking a little bit too orange right now. Let me test out. Let me test it out here. Yeah, it's a little bit too orange, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of Crimson Lake to this mixture of colors. Okay, got a little fuzzies. I really should cover my palette and my painting. That's a good habit. Okay, so this is looking a little bit too red. I'm going to come back in and add some more of the yellow, which I need to squeeze a little bit of. That's my dirty water. I'm going to be getting clean water here in a second, but I do need some yellow. Put some of that right there. A little bit of vermilion, see where that takes us. Still a little bit too orange. Maybe I'm getting a little bit too much of that. Of the yellow, I think I am. So let's back up off of the yellow for a little bit. Let's add a little bit more of this. You can't see it, but I'm just playing with the colors again, just trying to find the right mixture of colors. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Actually, that's pretty good right there, but I'm going to need quite a bit of that. So let's squeeze out some more Crimson Lake and some more Vermilion. Let's take a little bit of this. It's a bit too much, but actually now that I think about it, I am going to need quite a bit. Let's bring over some of this. And finally, before I do that, I'm going to go rinse out this to use it for this color. And I'm going to trade these out. So then now that is my clean water. There we go. I gotta keep my eye on the time because I've got to get ready for work here shortly. So I'm just trying to get these colors, just really the base color in. This is too much. Maybe. Let's see what happens when I mix it over here. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, now we can add in a little bit of yellow. Just a bit. So I'm going to take some of this orange that had some yellow from before. Mix it in here. Hope I got all the blue. Let's take a look at that. It's actually actually not bad. Once it dries, it's going to be the exact color that I need. So here we go. So again, this is going to be a very light coat of this color. It's the base first layer. So we don't want too much, and I'm doing this throughout. True, there are going to be some shadows. There are going to be lighter areas and darker areas, but we're going to get this throughout and work with our shadows afterward. Even over the glasses. The glasses are going to be a darker shade. So this kind of peach color won't be too much of a problem. Don't need that much. Oops. Just a little bit. Through here. Some through here. Through here. Okay. It's a little fuzzy right here. Get out, little fuzzy. You don't serve your kind here. Move it over there so that I can just pick it up with my fingers. It's a kitten hair. I have kittens, and well, I have a kitten. Well, that's her name actually. Kitten. Kitten! Kitten! She's somewhere. She was on a chair a little while ago. Okay, so I want this to be fairly smooth, fairly even. If anything, I'm just only going to add a little bit more color where I'm going to have some of my shadows coming through here, a little bit more color through here. But for the most part, I want these colors to be fairly even. Spread some of this out through here. I want it to look splotchy. Be a little darker at the edges, but definitely not in that center area. Okay, got some splotchiness through here. Let's just bring this up this way since we're going to have shadow here, shadow here, shadow there. Okay, so now I'm going to clean my brush. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the other brush. All right, first, there we go. I'm going to take this brush. And I'm going to lift off some of the highlights that we have through the nose, through here. I want to get these highlights in place because otherwise it's going to be much harder to lift them off later. Hi, kitty. What is it, kitty? What is it? Is it dinner time? It actually is dinner time for them. Well, it's afternoon snack for them because they're spoiled. They get afternoon snack and dinner time. Okay. Right through there. We can pick up some of this over here. It's a little bit brighter. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can tell a little bit. That's very exaggerated though on the screen. It looks like I picked up quite a bit from here, but I actually didn't pick up that much. So I need to go back to my other brush so I can pick up a larger area. Take a little bit of water. Just a little bit of water will dissolve some of the paint. So you can pick it up. And move it around. In this case, I'm moving it off the paper. Again, looking at the reference so that I can see where my highlights are. Let's take some more of this actually. This is not quite so low. Okay, so I'm just going to start adding some more color. So down through here, I do want it a little bit redder. We're going to definitely have a little bit more red for the lips. I'm going to go ahead and start that. A little bit more through here. Down to that line. One second, Kitty. I know it's dinner time. Here a little bit. Add some over here for this part. This time around, I'm not really worrying too much about smoothing out the edges. This is actually kind of the look I want. I want it to be a little bit so that you can tell it's a watercolor. That's a stylistic choice. Add some of this in the glasses too, actually. There. Just a bit more to this side. Okay, so paper's still wet. I don't want to work too much on this at the moment. If anything, let me grab a different brush. A smaller flat brush. I actually found my other stable brushes. They were in my car, where I occasionally use them. Okay, so along with my little travel case of watercolors. So let's go ahead and keep going. Just add a little bit more here. Okay, so I'm going to start adding in some some of the red through here for the crease, a bit more perhaps. The nose, have some red for the shadow. A little bit of red anyways. Let's see, we want to get this curve of the nose. So it kind of comes up this way and down through here. There we go. Let's add a little bit. Kitty, what are you doing? Oh, it's Kitten. Hi, Kitten. Kitten, what are you doing? Let's add some of this here. A little bit on through here. Over. Let's use some of this for the shadow under the glasses. Now in this case, the shadow does fade out, and I do want to get a little bit of that fade. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe my brush and just brush away at some of the edge over here. So I've got fade. Again, this is the very first couple of layers that I'm doing through here. So it might look like the colors are a bit off. These are not the final colors. This is my first pass. Let's get a little bit over here on this plane of the nose. Let's see, let's take a bit of this. Let's add a little bit more of this. Just a little bit. And the last thing I'm going to do before I move on, that is from I have to go work, is to, it's actually really not that bad. I call it work, but it's fun. Teaching art is fun. Through here. Probably a bit too much there. So again, wipe it up and soak it up. A bit more. And let's just do the bottom lip. Okay, now there is a bit of a highlight on the bottom lip. So what I'm going to do is actually I added way too much of this over on this side, so I need to get some of this out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. You don't go there. Okay. There. That. This brush has seen better days. Okay. So I'm going to try to pull some of that out for the highlight. Back to my base color. Where else can I add some of this? Add a little bit through here, just because it's in the photo. It's going to be a little bit of stubble, but I don't want it to be so dark on top, so I'm just going to add some of this through here. got a little bit of a highlight through there, so I'm going to leave that part showing underneath, and then just bring some of this over to this side, which is mostly in shadow. Okay, let me adjust the colors on the screen because it does look a little bit yellowish there, so I just need to adjust some of these colors. That one selected. Settings. Is it this way? No. Is it this way? No. Oh, that was there. I saw it for a second. Nope. Where'd it go? There it is. That's closer to what I have, but still, I'll have to make a proper. It looks a little strange, doesn't it? I think it's because the paper is warping a little bit. I hope the lips aren't too high up. I hope. Because at this point, I can't really fix that. So we'll see when we get there, because we are going to have quite a bit of a thicker shadow on this part here, the bottom part of the chin. So we'll keep going with this later, but for now I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to clean my brushes, and we'll keep going later tonight. I really want to get this done before the end of tomorrow. So I'm going to keep painting a little bit more tonight. And then I'm going to go have a little bit of dinner and get ready for my lesson I'm teaching. Thank you all very much for watching. Again, if you're watching this on video, you won't see this, or you might. I don't know. I haven't really decided how I'm going to edit this video. It's probably going to have to be done within YouTube, because I don't know if I'm saving the raw video. So we'll see. Anyways, thank you very much for stopping by. I will see you all later.